Yo, what's up guys? So we got a new Bujin Link monster and I wanted to have a discussion video. I know it came out a few days ago and I wanted to get gameplay of it, and I actually did, but it's terrible, dude. Okay, so the new Bujin Link monster is an absolute joke, and let me go ahead and actually explain why and go over the effect first. So the card came out and I just felt like it wasn't enough to make a video dedicated on just talking about the card, so I'm like, let's get some gameplay, right? Bujin's 2019. Wow, dude. Okay, so let's go over the summon requirements first. So anyways, it's a Link 2 Light Beast Warrior Link effect monster with 1500 attack, and its Link arrows are top, center, and bottom right. The Link materials are two monsters that have the same level. It says you can use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn, as if you'd make double of these. Can't be used as Link material. First effect is, if it's Link summon, you can special summon two monsters with the same level, one from your hand and one from your graveyard. Also, their effects are negated. If you do, immediately after this effect resolves, exceed summon one exceed monster using only those two monsters as material. The second effect is, if an exceed monster this card points to activates an effect. By detaching material, you can target a spell trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. This effect is absolutely terrible. And not only that, you actually have to use one extra card out of your hand to actually go for that extra exceed monster. Yeah, going and grabbing another card from the graveyard could be potentially good if it didn't negate the effect and you can go Yamato Pass. But Yamato Pass is still terrible in 2019. And this is what makes me wanted to make this a discussion video versus just go over the card effect, whatever. That's it. So just like a lot of different duels, I originally wanted to put Nibiru in here, but you activate Nibiru, people leave the game. You activate this, they leave the game. My wins with this deck are literally activate Solemn Strike, the opponent quits. Activate this, they quit. I didn't even get gameplay of Nibiru, but I wanted to mention it would probably be good in a deck like this. But your win condition would be literally Nibiru, not Bujin's in 2019 using the new Link monster. And again, the picture doesn't show up. There's a few cards that are glitched right now in the game, which is why, well, you're not going to see gameplay for other reasons, but I'll explain that. So, I also wanted to mention, Bujin's is a very, like, summon one monster, try to protect it as hard as possible. If it dies, I lose the game. If you really want that, Eye of Selene is way better, all it does is make it so the monster can't target the monster. You can't destroy it by, cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and you can't target it. It's a much better, like, protect the president kind of a deck, right? But Nibiru, again, it would just make for non-good gameplay. And I wanted to kind of use this, we'll use the side deck right here to kind of explain what you would do turn one. Okay, so the plays with the Bujin deck, and I was looking up other people's builds because I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not playing this deck properly, maybe my build is bad. No, Bujins are just absolutely terrible. So your best play in Bujins, let me ask you, what is the best play in Bujins turn one? Your best play in Bujins turn one is summon Yamato and pass and put Hare or Turtle from hand into the graveyard and then search out Crane. That's literally your best play, is to summon one monster that has one of two protections. If you could throw Turtle and Hare into the graveyard turn one, which I guess with Foolish you can do, or you play Grass, which technically is available in the OCG, but it's still absolutely terrible. And in fact, it's at 2 in the OCG. But even then, you have way better deck options, okay? So you get to make it so if they target it, it gets to negate that effect. Doesn't even destroy it, it just negates that effect. And then you have Hare, which protects it so it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So when they attack into you, which they never will because they always expect Crane, and more likely they'll just get rid of it by other means. It's like, oh, I can't destroy my battle card effects? Oh, okay, just bounce it back. And like, if you have this card, then they can get rid of this card, and then it doesn't even, like, destroy the monster. So then you rely on maybe, like, an Honest to potentially protect yourself. But again, there's just so many effects in Yugioh. Like, I literally summoned this, and then it was instantly absorbed with Thousand Eyes, and then they made, like, the Dragon of Red Eyes, and literally there's, like, no outs for this deck against that. You have to have, like, double negates, and on top of that, if that thing has 4,000 attack, well, I'm sorry, your Crane boosted up Yamato is still no match for 4,000 attack. It's just, there's just so many things wrong with this deck that it just becomes unplayable. So the whole goal and the whole idea is to go for this play over here, okay? So you have the play of, if you could potentially summon two monsters, which at what point Bujins would they summon ever two monsters? You have maybe Bujin Carnation, but for example, this one lets you target a Bujin monster in graveyard on one of your banished ones, and you can just special on both of this target. They can't be used as material for Exceed Summon, except for, of course, the Bujin. But obviously, you can go right into the Link play. But first off, you have to have a Bujin monster that's in your graveyard. So you've already basically lost advantage at that point. And then you're going to attempt to go for an effect, which more likely won't resolve because, well, your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, and you've already gone through your effect. But then you go ahead and you try to summon this card. This card has the effect to basically let you bring back, I guess, one of the monsters and then one from your hand to go ahead and go for a Bujin Exceed play. Which I guess with Susanoo, maybe you can go ahead and have that effect where you're going to go ahead and add a crane and then you go to attack everything they have. But again, that doesn't work because they control a monster, and most monsters in 2019 are immediately just going to stop you from going off in your play in the very beginning. So that's really not that great of an option. And I was doing Tsukiyomi a few times and getting rid of like one card and then drawing two and hopefully getting Crane, or maybe I happen to have another card at my disposal to go ahead and stop their plays, but it's still not really Bujins that are winning the duels, and that's why I just felt like it's not even worth it to upload gameplay of the deck. So, I mean, you also have Amaterasu over here where you can target a Banish level 4 or lower monster, special summon it. But, like, the effects are so mediocre because at the end of the day, so you go for the Link monster, you bring back, let's say, Yamato or whatever the other Bujin is, negates their effect, so it doesn't really matter anyways. And then you go ahead and special summon another monster from your hand, which is basically a -1. And then what? To go make a play to make an MST pop? What's the point of that? Why wouldn't I just use the two Bujins to go ahead and make whatever I want to go ahead and go for without having to go for this effect and making it so I have to waste one extra card in my hand? With this card, at the end of the day, being only a pop one spell or trap my opponent controls, that's not even a quick effect, it's just when the Exceed detaches material. Realistically, popping one spell or trap is absolutely a joke. There's so many decks right now that will have no back row destruction. They literally rely on, of course, Phoenix to go ahead and do that for them. The whole deck has so many problems, and like I know this video kind of became a rant video on how Bujins are bad, but like I really wanted to try out the deck and show you guys some cool gameplay. At the end of the day, the only thing that this deck would be is like a deck so bad that like if I uploaded the gameplay, you guys would have complained about the player being so bad, which is absolutely true because this deck can't win. Because it's Bujins in 2019! Like, I just don't understand why they came out with this Link monster. The problem that this Link monster has is it really needed to be like, okay, you could special summon both of those Bujins for absolutely free, and then you could actually just banish one card on the field. And also, you can add like any Bujin card from your deck to your hand. Like, it needs to be good. Summoning this card to go ahead and make a Susanoo to maybe potentially attack over everything they had. You could have made Susanoo and just added the crane and just attack everything anyways. Why go ahead and make yourself go -1, especially when you go for this play? This play gets stopped, and then what do you do from there? Absolutely nothing, because you're playing Bujins and you made something. At no point do I ever want to go ahead and disrupt my board that is Bujin Yamato and a Mikazuchi, which is usually what you want to go ahead and go for, and then you can go ahead and Yamato search out or get rid of one of the cards and search out another one, and then this card activates its effect to go ahead and go add a Bujin Carnation. And that's about the best thing you can do. And I was like, maybe there's some other Bujin spell and traps that are good. I mean, maybe if you're playing Duel Links, Kappa. But like this card over here, I guess is another card that you can add, but you can get a Bujin monster in graveyard, add it back to your hand, which is always just going to be Crane, or you can target one of your banished Bujin monsters and send it to the graveyard so you can recycle it. Neither effects are viable in 2019. Like, they're so slow, and on top of that, where is it? During the end phase, you get to add one, and if you add it, if it added it and then set the card immediately, okay, maybe. But again, it's just way too slow. There's so many problems with this deck that I feel like it's unplayable. It really is. I mean, honestly, you guys try playing Bujins in 2019, and you guys tell me what you think of it. If any of you guys want to send me in Bujins gameplay, by all means, maybe I'm playing the deck wrong, but I really don't think any of these effects are even viable. Like Kazuchi over here, or when it's Exceed Summon, which you can make, you can send top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and then it gains 100 attack for each Bujin. Oh my gosh, so good. And then I guess you could technically protect this card again to what, get an MST again? Like, none of these cards are just viable. That's the problem that I have, is that if this card maybe boosted each Bujin by 1,000, I still would maybe be like, it's still not that great because at the end of the day, it's just an attacker. Yeah, you can OTK, but you know how many other decks can OTK and have multiple negates? What negates does this have? It has the negate of, okay, I protect my Bujin. Only for them to go for an alternate effect over there. But oh my gosh, like dude, yo, we hitting that 10-minute ad rep. I thought this video was gonna be 5 minutes long. Okay, honestly, I just feel like Bujins need something else. This is not enough. But what I do want to say with the new Bujin, Link Monster. It makes me think that they're going to make better Bujin support later down the line. Otherwise, this is an absolute prank to the Bujin community. Not that it really exists. Kappa. In 2019. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the new Bujin Link Monster. It is just not viable in 2019. It needs a better effect. Let me know, guys, in the comment section below how you would actually make Bujins more viable, because at the moment, I just think that there's no point. Why does this even exist? I don't even know what I'm titling this video. I was going to title it the biggest April Fool's joke of 2019 was them releasing this card. It's an out-of-season April Fool's joke. The new Bujin Hashima is just... Why does it exist? Why? But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you made it this far. Yo, if you even made it this far, drop a like on this video, because I don't believe anyone made it this far because they read the Bujin effect, and they probably X'd out of the video. But yo, you MVP for staying here, because honestly, I was so frustrated getting gameplay, and like, honestly, I was like, okay, maybe I'm playing the deck wrong, because I actually live streamed it. By the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch to not see Bujin gameplay, because I've never touched this deck ever again, unless they get new support. But I was literally playing it, and like everyone was saying, dude, the deck is trash. I'm like, hold on, let me just try this out. No, everyone was absolutely right. But anyways, that's my short little rant here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, don't worry, you won't see any more Bujin content until they actually release great support. But there's just no point of playing this card. There's no point of playing Bujins in 2019. Maybe in Duel Links it could be viable, but definitely not in real Yu-Gi-Oh! Because dealing with a board that's like multiple negate, some Yamato attack, it's attempt to go for Crane. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Crane gets negated. Bujin Yamato probably got negated in its summon. The effect, you always get Trash Blossom. Ghost Ogre, absolutely outplayed, outskilled. You can't play Bujins in 2019. That's my thoughts. Anyways, thanks for tuning in for the rant, and I'm signing out. Peace.